Without ever knowing that I even existed, a woman online convinced me to give her $300 for an hour of her time in a consultation. How did she do it? This video is all about that. Now, first of all, I had a need to be filled. I was beginning a company and I knew nothing about how QuickBooks worked. I knew nothing about personal accounting for business. I knew nothing. And I was looking online for resources. I was ready to take that next step into self-discovery. So that's the first and most important thing. I was ready and searching for the right person to help me out. There was an Instagram page that I followed, a woman in real estate that she does home renovations and flips houses and stuff like that. And I was going through people that she followed, and she followed this accountant. Now, this accountant's name is Brittany Suttle. And I went through her page, and it looks like this. This is her Instagram page. I came across her on Instagram. So you could see, mom, wife, husband stuff, plus a mix of graphics on her page, right? A relatively great and organized feed. Her niche is helping female entrepreneurs earn, save, and pay themselves more. Bookkeeping, tax, virtual CFO, get your free tax deduction cheat sheet right here. And I started watching her things, reading, and learning a lot from her slides. I then go on her website and I saw money for female entrepreneurs. Now, I haven't been exposed to too many accountants online, right? They tend to be more arithmetic focused and not very creative or outward projecting of their voices. So I have not been exposed to these people. And I didn't even get to the phase where I asked for references from other business peers of mine. I was just slightly curious on how I could help my business grow and be set up for financial success from the get-go. And this was the first person I was exposed to. And I was like, wow, she looks legit. But here's the problem. I'm not her niche. Helping female entrepreneurs earn, save, and pay themselves more. This is me, but it's also not me. I'm not a female. Am I good enough? So I message her and I say, hey, I'm not part of your demographic. Would you still help me? And she said, of course. And I was like, oh my gosh, me? I felt like a princess. And I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I think first I needed some boot camp style education because I wasn't just going to get an accountant and just be like, all right, what do I do, right? Because that's expensive. But what else is expensive is consulting. And on her consulting page, one-on-one financial consultation, working together. Her landing page is relatively good. Set up their business. This is great for people setting up their business as an LLC, looking to save thousands of dollars with solid tax strategy, things like that. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. 1 hour, $297. She's going to help me set up my QuickBooks. She's going to answer all my questions. I'm going to come prepared to the situation. And I'll pay $300. Sure, it's just $300. And so I reserved my slot. And we met on Zoom. She saved the recording. She sent me the recording so that I could reference it for the rest of my life. And I'm in a position now where I realize wow, okay, this worked for me. But why did it work for me? She was able to build trust. She's got some social proof with a little bit of a following here. But more importantly, she's staying consistent with her fantastic write-ups, her good engagement. She's clear, she's showing her personality. This morning I was doing my hair and makeup. This isn't a tax strategy. This is not a tax strategy. I was doing my hair and makeup, and I was reminded of the dread I felt every morning having to go to work. And now this entire thing is talking about how she was able to leave her day job and start her own business. This is empowering her niche, her cohort of followers, of female entrepreneurs that, hey, you can work for yourself too. And it's things like that that build trust, make me feel like I can relate to her, even though I'm a male and not her demographic. This made me relate to her enough to trust her without even knowing her. It made me feel like I knew her enough to warrant spending $300 for an hour of her time for her to help me in my business. I want you to think about how you can translate what Brittany here is doing. She's crushing it. I want you to translate what Brittany is doing to see how you can do it too. Remember, you might not be as interesting as an accountant. I'm kidding. Accounting is probably the most boring trade on the planet besides law. Yet, it's important. Yet, you can still build a following with it. So, odds are what you do might be slightly more interesting than you think. And you can follow the same approach here as Brittany, who is able to convince me, somebody outside of her target demographic, to pay her $300 an hour for her services.